Hi there, I'm so happy you found my channel and a big welcome to you, and for all my subscribers, big up yourselves, welcome home. So I was thinking today about a time when we used to raise fowl in Jamaica, and we did chickens. We had chickens for broilers, for layers, and one of the time we even tried Peking duck, and that's some funny stories which I'm going to tell you about later in the video because yeah, you'll find out. So when we did the broilers, we used to do our own processing. And when time come to kill these chickens, there was a guy named a Dread who used to come, and he brought a plucking machine. And when he wasn't plucking chicken for farmers, he had a job as a security guard at a fowl farm nearby. So anyway, what I used to marvel at was how they used to drain these birds. So they had the white gallon containers with the handle. They used to cut the container in such a way where they cut out like the side but leave the neck of the bottle, and put the chicken in upside down so that the neck go through the neck of the bottle, and then hang them from a line, and you just see lines and lines of these plastic bottles with the chicken draining. I used to think that was amazing. Don't know how they thought that up, but it worked. So then time come to pluck the chicken now. So Charlie, that's the Dread who used to come, right? Charlie was a funny guy, and my nickname in Jamaica was Miss Mel. Everybody used to call me Miss Mel. So when Charlie came now and Charlie said it, Charlie spoke a little differently. So when he said it now, it came out like Miss Mel, right? And the kids still laugh about it because they tease me sometime and call me Miss Mel. So anytime Charlie said it though, he said it with full enthusiasm, and it was always followed by great stories, funny jokes, right? I just have a lot of fun memories about Charlie. So anyway, we also had layers, and sometimes in the early morning the trucks would come with these chicks, and we'd have the coop prepared, and we'd put out the sawdust and all the pens, and everything is in there nice and ready for these chickens. And I just remember the really early morning and them coming in and the chickens being let go, and it was good. It was fun. The kids loved it. So like 4 to 6 months later now, when they start laying, our kids used to love to go in there and pick up. Of course, only when we first had chickens. Later on, they got tired of doing this, but they would go in there and pick up the eggs, and they would want to clean them and pack them. And we even had a little shed in the backyard near to the coops, which we call the egg shed. And it was, we'd sit in there and we would have a whole heap of family talks and just gather around and do this until, they got tired of doing it and went on to do something else. But it was a lot of fun, although hard work. And the next day when the van was being packed up, I remember Culture. We had a white ladder pickup at the time, and Culture would pack these eggs, fill the bottom of the tailback, the cab, the back part that they pick up, fill the bed of the pickup, that's the word I was looking for, and go straight up with it till this is the cab of the top of the cab, and the eggs would go way above that, and for the whole bed. So then he would take rope and tie it down, and I remember seeing him drive out in the early morning to head and go and do these deliveries, and I was like, how are these eggs gonna make it to Montego Bay? And they did. So that's the good news. So anyway, I told you that I was gonna tell you about the Peking ducks, right? So these Peking ducks, I'm gonna be honest with you, when we got them, we really didn't know anything about Peking ducks. We read a few things, but reading it is one thing and living it is a totally different thing. So we never even start with like a dozen ducks or anything, We ordered up these birds from JLA, and we went into Kingston, me and my husband and a friend of ours. We drove into Kingston to JLA to pick up these ducks. Now, we didn't pick up 6 ducks. We didn't pick up 60 ducks. No. We pick up 600 ducklings the day and head over Mount Rasa back to the farm that afternoon with 600 ducklings, and we don't know really what we're doing. So we had prepared a pen for them, like not a pen, but an area for these ducks to be raised in. And we were thinking long term, we're like, okay, when them get big, they're going to need a whole heap of space, because if you know, Peking duck is a pretty big bird, right? So we had a space big enough for 600 adult Peking ducks. We reach back now, and you can imagine the excitement, new project, new thing, and we lay out these boxes, stack them up in the pen, and the three of us start offloading these birds. And we're moving fast, opening them up and letting them out, opening them up and letting them out, till one of us look and we say, wait, what is going on? Well, this is the joke. These ducks were running around in circles as fast as their legs could take them, running around, and we're like, what is wrong? Why do I do this? So we try our best to stop them, like catch some. No, never, nothing. Them keep running. So we say, all right, we realize our mistake now, and we start to make a small area for the size of the amount of ducklings we have. And with quick time, put together and fix up that and start catching them and putting them in there, and eventually got them all out and got them calm. But it was after we lost a few ducks well, because they ran and ran until they trampled the one in front of them and killed them. So that is not the best story ever, but that's what happened to us. That's how we learned about that. So then, now, when they got bigger, this pen again was near enough to the house, and every time breeze blow, if a breeze just blow through the place, and we were up in the hills, so that happened regular, you just hear every duck at the same time make noise. So all you hear is like whack, 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 and I'm like, is this for real? But it was for real. So anyway, excuse me. Then the time came now for these ducks to be processed. Well, this was a learning curve, because this is not like chicken, because you can pluck the duck to a certain stage, but they have like down feathers underneath that are closer to the skin that you can't get out by plucking, and you can damage the duck if you try to force it. So we had done our research, and we found out that you have to use beeswax that has to be heated to a certain temperature, like 160 degrees Fahrenheit, I think it was. And then you have to have ice water. So the whole idea is that you dip the duck in the beeswax, quick, and pull it out. Has to be the right temperature, or else you scald the duck, or worse yet, the skin of the duck strip, then it's useless. And then you dip it from the hot water, you pull it out and you drop it in the ice water, which makes the wax harden up. Then you might have to dip it again and then dip it back in the cold water and leave it. And then when you're ready now, you take it out of the cold water, and the cold water has made the wax harden onto the bird, onto the skin. So you just break it off, and when you pull it off, inside of the wax, you just see all these little feathers coming out of the wax. And when you look at the bird, clean and pretty, nice looking duck. So then we would vacuum pack them, blast freeze them, and carry them to Kingston or Mobay or wherever, to the Chinese restaurants. And we did duck eggs and all the rest of it. So it was a definite learning curve and experience, and the kids learned something new, so did we, So those are my fowl farm, if you want to call it, my farming experiences with birds in Jamaica. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you can share some of your stories if you did something similar or something else, but I just love hearing what you guys have to say. So please share this video if you liked it. Please subscribe if you haven't done that already, and give me a thumbs up or hit the notifications bell so that you get notifications when more videos come. And I'm approaching my 20th video. I can't believe it, because this just started out as a random video, and now I'm having so much fun with it, and I hope you guys are too. See you on the next video.